we have to make sure that the regional markets that we have, all of them, they need to work. Then on top of that, the AFCTA has to work. We cannot be Africans, and the intra-trade between us is even going down rather than improving. You know, we are doing now less than 16%. And we need to do more. So my flowers, I'm sure, in my house, they're either from, from Ethiopia or from Kenya. But I can assure you the supplier is supplying from Amsterdam or Rotterdam, which is sad. So these are the things that I believe we, the African entrepreneurs, we need to work for the continent progress, and nobody can come and develop our own continent but us. We have actually tended to buy some WTI, West Texas oil from the US, because the size of our refinery is very, very big, and we have to make sure that we secure the raw materials for our own production. If we have 100% Nigeria's crude, yes, fine, but we can't wait, because sometimes the production is up and down. But I think also it makes also economic sense for us to include the WTI in the basket of goods that we're buying, and that's the reason why we actually went out on a tender. As you know, we're ramping up, and I think by July thereabout, we are talking about over 500,000 barrels per day refining capacity, which is huge. And then by sometime towards the end of the year or so, we believe that we'll hit our capacity of 650,000 barrels per day. So it's a very huge, capacity. Well, the US one is not really something that's going to come and take over the Nigerian something. It is not really very small. When we say 24 million barrels, it sounds huge, but it's really nothing. It's roughly about 2 cargoes, in a month, which is about 10% of our own demand at full capacity. The listing, most likely, I won't be surprised if we list by end of this year. We will definitely do that. It's a very, very, it's something that is new, and I think we would like to give Nigerians, Africans, and other investors the opportunity to join in making this historic move. We're the largest producer of cement in Africa today as we speak, bigger than any other company. And this one we did in a very short period of time. It's true we've been badly hit by the devaluation of the Naira, but we're not down and out. So there are quite a lot of things that we're doing, which we've started long time. You can see even before the devaluation, by last year, beginning of last year, we actually have commissioned 2 export terminals that can export up to about 8 million tons of clinker. We have other African countries, especially in the West, they don't have the limestone to produce cement. So what we have factories which will take the clinker to go and grind and make cement. So part of the strategy is for us to also diversify by making sure we don't only sell cement in our domestic markets. We do quite a lot of exports. Like, for example, the cement we produce in Congo, Brazzaville, almost like half of it goes to Cameroon. Even our own tax, our tax for the first quarter is 1.5 times the 2 of our competitors in Nigeria. So we are still not doing very, very badly. I mean, this year, in Naira terms, last year, which will have our AGM in the next 2 weeks or so, we're actually giving almost 550 billion Naira as dividend. So we're very, very strong. We have a very strong business. The vision for us is to continue to grow, is to continue to supply Africa with their cement needs, because we know going forward there will be quite a lot of infrastructural projects of which we don't want Africa to import cement from anywhere. You must try and be as diversified as possible if you have the means. And that is the difference between us. In the Dangote, cement, we are fully diversified. Some we have started operations, countries that we have started operations, the one that we have not started, operations, were almost today registered and also operational in almost 17 countries. I mean, 12 to 13 are fully operational, but the rest too will come as time goes on. The ones that are not yet there yet, like countries like maybe Niger, Togo, and Co., we're actually trading our own cement in those locations. We have offices. So it is something that I think it is a strategy where I believe at the end of the day, the company will definitely weather any kind of storm. In terms of Nigeria, our capacity of 3 million tons is way ahead of Nigeria's demand. Nigeria's demand is going to go up very, very soon because that's what they call the Abuja Agreement, where now all African countries have signed up, saying that the minimum application of fertilizer per hectare should be 50 kilogram per hectare. So a lot of these countries, they haven't met, only about 4. But, by the time we actually show them what use or what benefits these farmers are going to get from fertilizer in terms of yield, you see, because today farmers just take NPK or urea and just apply. No, you need to test the soil and know also what you are going to grow. So we have some labs which we have now created, especially in Nigeria, which we are going now to the farmers, asking them, what do you want to grow? If they want to grow rice, okay, where is your farm? We test the soil of that area and we'll tell you the exact mixture of NPK, okay, which is the urea, potash, and phosphate, what you need as a mixture, whether it's 15-15-15, so that you can get the real benefit. And for a farmer, once you farm, instead of getting 2-3 tons per hectare, you are now getting 8-9. Then you are in big money. And with that, it will now allow you, also give you the affordability in terms of buying the fertilizer to apply. So there's going to be a total revolution. We know that is coming. In the next 2 years, Dangote will be producing 6 million tons of urea. And we're prospecting in Congo DRC. We're also going to prospect in Congo Brazzaville and maybe Togo to get phosphate and potash. So once we have that, we're going to have a basket of the entire chain, and we will definitely make sure that agriculture will come up. Well, now there's quite a lot of change in the Republic of Benin, and both myself and President Talon would be discussing. We've had very useful meetings, and I think we're trying to make sure that Africa works. But for Africa to work, we also have to make sure that the regional markets that we have, all of them, they need to work. Then on top of that, the AFCTA has to work. We cannot be Africans and the intra-trade between us is even going down rather than improving. We are doing now less than 16%. And we need to do more. which is very, very disheartening. I mean, today, maybe some of I'm sure my flowers, I like fresh flowers. So my flowers, I'm sure in my house, they're either from, from Ethiopia or from Kenya. But I can assure you the supplier is supplying from Amsterdam or Rotterdam, which is sad. So these are the things that I believe we, the African entrepreneurs, need to learn that, look, we need to work for the continent, progress, and nobody can come and develop our own continent but us. And, it's something that I have taken as a challenge. It's a life challenge for me. And I can assure you in the next couple of years, I want to dedicate my time to this.
Bienvenue chez Africa Food Industry, votre partenaire de confiance pour une alimentation saine et de qualité. Situé au Cameroun en périphérie de Yaoundé, notre site de production en pleine nature est dédié à l'élevage, à la production et à la transformation responsable des poissons les plus frais. Chez Africa Food Industry, nous élevons et transformons une variété de poissons, notamment le silure, la carpe et le tilapia, dans le respect de l'environnement et du bien-être animal. Nos processus d'élevage rigoureux garantissent que chaque poisson est traité avec le plus grand soin du moment de la capture à son arrivée sur votre table. Découvrez notre large gamme de produits finis, des filets de poissons frais aux délicieuses conserves de carpe de silure et de tilapia, prêts à satisfaire les palais les plus exigeants. Pour des produits de qualité supérieure, faites confiance à Africa Food Industry. Contactez-nous dès aujourd'hui pour en savoir plus. Africa Food Industry, nourrir le monde, une bouchée à la fois.